Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, she doesn't want to lose me. I can't count the number of times I've got emails from guys over the years who were dating a girl that pushed them away, blew them off, stuck them in friend zone, and then says, but I don't want to lose you. And the guys go, oh, okay, that sounds reasonable. All right, I'll stick around and I'll wait and things will work out eventually. 6 months later, after they're always changing her car tire, fixing her car, unclogging her fucking toilet, and any other things going on, he finds out, oh, she's got a new boyfriend. And then he gets stuck in friend zone permanently. He's thinking, what the hell? She said she didn't want to lose me. So I've got a guy here that's in that particular situation. So we're going to go through his email and see what he can do to potentially turn things around and prevent this from ever happening to him again. So I got a quote that I wrote, and then we'll go through his email. The quote says, when a woman puts a guy in friend zone, dumps him, and basically pushes him away, but says that she doesn't want to lose him, she's really saying she wants to keep him around as backup while she looks for a new man. Guys who fall for this nonsense mistakenly think that they still have a chance if they just wait around long enough. Once she does find a new guy, she mysteriously disappears for good, and the guy is left wondering what the hell happened since she was the one who said she did not want to lose him, even though she ended up losing him on purpose. A man who values and respects himself will never agree to this BS and will walk away and never look back after telling her to get in contact with him if she ever changes her mind. I mean, it's just so predictable. You can just see it coming. It's like a crash in slow motion. You know how it's going to end up. So he says, hey Corey, first off, let me tell you how much I appreciate the knowledge you're putting out for everyone and the dedication for it too. Well, thank you. I appreciate the fact that you appreciate it. He says, my current relationship is with this girl I met online through games and friends. So it sounds like you're a video game junkie. My friends really hated her because she hurt them. So your friends dated her too? They want to, remember, like attracts like. People who like the same things tend to like each other. You are who you associate with. And so if you got a guy who doesn't know how to behave with women, is always chasing women out of his life, typically what you see is all of his guy friends are exactly the same way. They wanted something serious, and she got scared when she just wanted to have some fun. Well, as I say all the time, all relationships really just start out as casual affairs, casual hanging out, having fun, and hooking up, and it becomes more and more frequent until the hanging out, having fun, and hooking up becomes a thing. It becomes a relationship, whatever you want to call it. He says, I initially started playing with her online, and she had a high attraction level at first. Then I kind of ignored her for a few days and made myself busy, not wanting to spend time with her, and that helped get her attraction level even higher. Well, in that case, it looks like absence did make the heart grow fonder. Remember, it's a scientific fact that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. And when you think about the fact that the average beautiful woman has constantly got guys throwing their dicks in their faces, metaphorically, and they're all acting needy and clueless, and then you get some guy that comes along and they can't figure him out. I mean, it's pretty obvious why they go after the guy they can't figure out or can't get a hold of and feel more attraction for him versus somebody that's acting needy and desperate and like she's the last woman they're ever going to talk to in the face of the earth. We ended up chatting on the web, and she was all over me, and she wanted me to come to her place. The problem is she lives 430 kilometers away from me. So he must be in Europe or Canada or something, I assume. He says, we kept going for 5 months without seeing each other, and I constantly made mistakes by being weak and needy and just being a bitch. But she still supported me and said we would make it together through this long-distance relationship in the end. 5 months with not seeing her? He says, after a while, my behavior probably affected her so much she became a different person. Distant, cold, only wanted to talk about things that she would talk about with her girlfriends. I was being her girlfriend, and I acted like a servant in exchange for sex. Well, if you didn't see her for 5 months, did you actually even meet her in person, or was this somebody you just talked to? The sad part is, I've only just now discovered you and what you teach only after this relationship went to shit, and now I urgently need your assistance, Corey. The situation right now is that I've made huge mistakes, and I don't know how to get her back in love with me. We just had a talk where I basically told her that I don't want to be someone she has until she finds someone better, and she started crying and told me that she really loves me and doesn't want to lose me. In other words, she wants to keep you around as backup in case she doesn't find anybody better. That's what's really going on here. Sounds reasonable. It's like, yeah, that sounds great. I'll just sit around and wait, and then if you don't find anything better, you'll give me a call. Fuck that noise. She's confused about work, school, and not having time for us. There's nothing confused about it, dude. With your weak and needy behavior, acting like a bitch as you put it, this girl is completely turned off and has no to little interest in you at this point. And meeting once a month is shit. Okay, so you have been meeting her, and I assume you've been hooking up because you mentioned sex. But obviously it's not going the way that you want. So in other words, you put up with all the bullshit, all the I'm confused, oh darn it, I'm so busy, gosh darn it, can't get together this weekend. Because you were still getting a little bit of the pussy, so you figure you stick around and see how it goes. He says, but I think she just doesn't want to be alone and uses me somehow. Well, obviously you're enabling her behavior because you're continuing to pursue, you're communicating that, hey, you're okay with this. Because the reality is, deep down, you don't think you deserve to have a girl like her. And because you fear that being your reality, you try to force everything. You pursue too much. You call too much. You're too willing to go to her. What about having her come visit you? When you're in these kind of long-distance relationships, what I've always done in the women I've dated that are overseas or long-distance is we alternate. 1 month, one time I'll go see her, and the next time she comes to see me. And that's the way it needs to be. And if the other person's not willing to make the effort to come visit you and hang out at your place and see how you live in your life and your lifestyle in your town, you're really wasting your fucking time unless you're just cool with having a long-distance fuck buddy that you occasionally hook up with. He says, I followed the cat analogy and I'm still doing it. I just let her come to me. I don't talk to her and I let her engage. Well, that is definitely correct what you should be doing at this point. Because just like you need to read my book 10 to 15 times ASAP because your game fucking sucks, obviously. And you also should review the article 7 Principles to Get an Ex Back. And from this point forward, you need to let her do 100% of the calling, texting, and pursuing. You shouldn't be doing any of it. The phone is for setting dates. And when she reaches out to you, assume she wants to see you, and you make the next date. In this particular case, since you're long distance, what I would do is do a Skype video date, and then before you end the conversation, say, well, when are you going to come visit me? Because I would say more than likely, you didn't mention it here in your email, but I'd say there's a really good chance that you've probably done all the traveling, and she's done none of it. She's probably got a good excuse why she can't come to see you, and you just go, okay, that sounds reasonable. But the bottom line is, if she really cares, she'll find the time to come visit you, and when she doesn't care, she'll have plenty of excuses. So you need to let her do 100% of the calling, texting, pursuing from now on. When she reaches out next, do a Skype video date or FaceTime chat and say, well, when are you going to come visit me? And if she goes, oh, I don't know, blah, blah, then just say, great. Well, when you figure that out, because I've always come to see you, you let me know. And then say a few days go by, she reaches out, say, great, well, what'd you figure out in your schedule? When are you going to come visit me? And she goes, oh, I don't know, I just want to see how you were doing. Just say, well, I'm real busy, real jammed up. I'd love to see you, but quite frankly, unless you're willing to make the effort to come see me, there's really no point in you and I continuing to talk. Because I want to see that you're willing to make a mutual effort here. And lately, you've been, granted, I've made some mistakes, and I've owned up to it, but bottom line is I want to see that you're making an effort to see me and make me feel like you love and appreciate and value me. Because with me doing all the work to come see you, it's just, I want to see mutual effort. And if you're not willing to make mutual effort, then both of us are really wasting our time, and it's better if you just go off down the road. He says, Corey, please help me. I really love this woman. I want to get her back to the way she was before. It was bliss for both of us. So you think. But I fucked up. You're my only hope. Well, like I said, what you need to be doing right now is getting some other options, because obviously you've been stuck in friend zone here, and she's just kind of keeping you around as a placeholder until she finds a guy who actually knows how to act like a man. And so from this point forward, she needs to do 100% of the calling, texting, and pursuing. And when she reaches out, you assume she wants to see you, and you make the next date. But again, unless she's willing to come visit you, you really need to put a fork in this when it's done. You should be reading my book 10 to 15 times, and you should be applying it with women that are actually in your city instead of screwing around with this girl that's long distance. And on top of that, she's jerking you around going, oh, I don't want to lose you. Fuck that noise. Seriously, dude, you deserve better. But the bottom line is, by your behavior, you're enabling it. You're encouraging her to continue treating you this way. Bad, bad way to go, my friend. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session, and you can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking whichever option works best for you. And I will talk to you soon.